Hello, I'm David Barlow. I'm a Hawaii auto accident injury lawyer, and today we're going to be discussing the process for Hawaii auto accident cases. Now, the first step in the process for an accident case is, of course, to hire an injury lawyer. This is coming from a Hawaii injury lawyer, so we would say that, but honestly, it is the best advice we can give. You really do. Even me, if I got in an accident in another state, or if I was on vacation or whatever the case may be, I would hire a lawyer in that state. You want to hire a lawyer in the local state, wherever the accident happened, who knows the injury laws applicable to that state. Injury laws, insurance laws, they vary state by state. Okay, so you definitely want to hire a local lawyer for your injury case. Please don't think that you can do it on your own. All right, no offense to you, no offense to your ability to Google answers and research things and negotiate with insurance companies, but why not let an expert handle it, right? This is what we do. This is what I do. I have many years experience doing this. Anything else, pretty much any other area of law, I would probably hire a lawyer to do that. I would probably hire a lawyer to write my will or to deal with something in trust court or whatever it is. The laws are just so complicated nowadays. They're getting more and more complicated all the time. So you want a lawyer who specializes in a specific area of law that you need help with. Now for us, we only handle auto accident cases. We've been doing that for many, many years. So we really, we basically know a lot about this. We don't handle medical malpractice. We don't do assault cases. We don't do workers' compensation. A lot of injury lawyers, they do all these different areas of law, which is fine. If they're up for it, go for it. But for us, we limit ourselves to only car accidents, anything like that, pedestrian, car, moped, motorcycle, anything like that. All right, so number one is hire a lawyer. Okay, now this is the process. If you hire a lawyer, your lawyer is going to take care of the rest of this. But since this is on our webpage, we're going to discuss it with you, and you might be curious the process yourself, what your lawyer's doing when you hire him. So the first thing he's going to do is contact the insurance companies involved. All right, he's going to contact your insurance company, and he's going to contact the other insurance company for the other vehicle. All right, so a minimum of 2 insurance companies. There's going to be a minimum of, let's say, at least three adjusters involved. One adjuster is going to be the property damage adjuster. They're going to be resolving the damage to your car. There's going to be an adjuster to deal with the medical coverage. All right, you have $10,000 in medical coverage. It's called no fault insurance or personal injury protection. It has a couple of different names and it's a little confusing, but you're going to have an adjuster that handles all of those, the $10,000 in medical bills that need to be paid. And then there's going to be the bodily injury adjuster. That's the other adjuster for the other company, the other driver, and we'll be working with that adjuster to get a settlement. So that's first thing that will happen. We'll contact the insurance companies. Third step is basically for you to get as much treatment as possible. This is the step where it may feel like your injury lawyer isn't doing much. And honestly, there's kind of this period of time when we've dealt with all insurance companies, everything is set up, everything's going smoothly, and then we just watch your progress as far as getting treatment. That's the third step, and we don't want to rush that process. We want you to get as much treatment as you need. We don't want you to try to wrap it up too soon so you can settle your case and move on. Your health, of course, is the number one most important thing in these type of situations. So you want to get as much treatment as you need, as much physical therapy, massage therapy, chiropractor, acupuncture, whatever it is, right? Whatever you and your doctor feel is effective and it's going to help you be feeling the way you felt before the accident happened. All right, so once you've completed all of your treatment, you give us a call or an email, say, Mr. Barlow, I'm done with all my treatment, I'm ready to proceed. So at that point, that's when we order all of your medical records and bills. Now that process also takes a few weeks, depending on who we're ordering the records from. Some doctors or medical providers work on their own time frame, but that takes a little time. You may wonder why we're not requesting them all the time. And the bottom line is a lot of doctors, they charge per request, and some of them charge a lot. And, there's just kind of a cost of an injury case, and these costs do come out of your settlement at the end. So you'll be pleased that we do everything we can to keep the costs down. And so we keep that down by requesting all your medical records and medical bills once you've completed your treatment. So that does, take a few weeks, but it's worth it to save you that cost. All right. So once we get all the medical records and bills in, we organize it all. Usually it's a big mess. So we organize it all, we summarize it all, and we submit it to the insurance company to request a settlement. They have about a month to review everything, and a lot of people don't realize how much medical records they have, all right? A few months of treatment, it's gonna be, 1,000 pages of medical records. It's really a lot. And these insurance adjusters, they're very thorough. They go through every page, they make notes, they make summaries. So they do need 3 or 4 weeks to go through everything. So we really can't rush them on that. It's understandable. We're quicker at it just because, we do everything we can to move your case along, to get you your settlement as soon as possible. So we have a couple of those we got to do a week, but insurance adjusters may have one every day just because of the caseload they have. So we give them time to review everything, and then they're going to make their initial settlement offer. Now, try not to get discouraged when their initial settlement offer is a lot lower than you were expecting. All right, there is a negotiation process. I wish it wasn't necessary. I wish insurance companies would just offer us their maximum offer right from the beginning. But for some reason, this process is necessary. And this is one of the main reasons why you hire an injury lawyer, okay? So that they can negotiate with the insurance companies for you. It does take experience. It does take professionalism to be calm and cool and realize this is a negotiation, nothing to yell at people about, nothing to get upset about. It's a negotiation. And for us, we like to use a very patient approach. Maybe your settlement won't be as quick as you wanted, but we try to get people as much as we can. And to do that, we need to show the insurance adjusters that we're not desperate, we're not in a huge hurry. As soon as they will make a very reasonable settlement offer, we will settle. But until then, we're in it for the long haul, for them to, open up those purse strings and be reasonable, okay? They're a business. Insurance companies are a business, all right? They want to pay you as little as possible for your injuries. You almost can't blame them. It is a business. It is a very competitive business, but it's also a very lucrative business, as you can tell by all of the commercials for car insurance companies, right? Those are probably the most common commercial you'll see on TV or sporting events or whatever. So we do negotiate as long and as hard as we need to. Obviously, it depends on the client as well. If a client, for some reason, is in a big rush and desperate for the settlement, that's okay. We will accommodate them, but they should just keep in mind that we may have gotten them more money if we had more time. All right. So yeah, we kind of discussed number 6 and number 7 at the same time. Hopefully we're going to get you a fair settlement offer at the end of the day. Now, for some reason, if we're not able to reach a settlement, and honestly, it depends a lot on the client. if the client is going to be reasonable, accept a reasonable amount, then we can get the case settled. Sometimes insurance adjusters, yeah, they're completely unreasonable, but a lot of times they're pretty close. These insurance companies, they have access to millions of records and knowing what a reasonable settlement offer is. So they're usually in the ballpark of what a jury would probably offer. Obviously no one knows for sure what those 12 people in a jury would decide, but they usually offer a somewhat decent offer. It's never going to be something amazing, right? It's a settlement. It means everyone walks away, somewhat satisfied with the result, but no one's walking away like celebrating. Sorry, I have some allergies today. Okay. All right, so if you do decide to take them to court, obviously there's filing fees, there's time involved with this court process. The first step is the court annexed arbitration program. All right, this is a program where the court system tries to get cases resolved without actually going all the way to a jury trial. You can just imagine the court resources and expenses involved with jury trials. Honestly, we're paying a $300 filing fee to go to court, which is not a drop in the bucket with what it costs to run a court system, paying judges and building courthouses and all the other employees. So it is our tax dollars supporting the judicial system, and they try to get cases resolved without going all the way. So the first thing is the court annexed arbitration program. That's going to take place. It's an arbitration. It'll take place about a year after the case is filed, give or take maybe a year and a half. But that's basically a random lawyer in the community is assigned to be the arbitrator. He may or may not know anything about car accident law. It's designed to just be kind of a regular type lawyer that can listen to both sides and make his decision on what he thinks the case is worth. Now, it's not binding. It's a non-binding arbitration, so there's no obligation to accept what the arbitrator awards you. Now, if he awards you a somewhat reasonable amount, then you'll want to take it. So if you do not want to accept the arbitrator's award, you can certainly appeal that and take the case to a jury trial. Now that's going to take another year or more, but eventually a jury will hear your case, and a jury will decide how much to award you. Now obviously 12 random people in the community, there's no real way to know what they're going to award you. It's going to a jury trial is a real gamble, so you really have to be ready for anything. But yeah, there is the jury trial. It's usually about 3 to 5 days. There's going to be a lot of work leading up to it, depositions, discovery, like interrogatories and all of that. But that's the end of the process. We settle, I would say 95% of our cases. I don't think we've ever done the actual math, but we settle almost every case. A few sneak through and have to go to arbitration or trial, but we settle the vast majority of cases. So feel free to give us a call for a free consultation anytime. We'll be happy to help you out. Thank you.